Good afternoon. Nana here, and I had to tell you, as much as I keep on using this technology, I have still lots to learn and am continually challenged. So it's just opportunities always knocking at my door. But anyway, today we are doing the fourth alternative to the September paper pumpkin, Hansen Harvest. And from there, Sunday, Zoe and Nan will be going live with the October paper pumpkin, which is a Christmas card package, and I'll show you that. You'll see that when we go down to the hands. So let's get down to the hands, and we'll finish up with our last alternative to the paper pumpkin kit from September. Here we go. And as you can see, I said there once, so there was no cardstock in here. So we're going to provide our own cardstock, and this is what we're using this day. Now, I didn't have any leftover leaves, so we are going to stamp some leaves today. And I've got my color scheme I did from before, from the very beginning, just so we can see what those leaves would look like. We're going to use all this. I'm not going to use all this stuff, but I started getting this white off my white paper here because it's really sort of hard to see them when you've got white on white. I misplaced my leaves when I do that. Alright, so yes, here we go. We're just going to fold some cardstock. This is just very vanilla cardstock. We're just going to fold it in half here, so we have a 4 1/4. So you can see it here, it brings you a 4 1/4 and a 5 1/2. It's basically the side of the cards when you do this. Okay, so I'm just getting the paper laid out so we can get an idea what we're going to do. So this is what I've done. These actually came and it clipped off of this right here. This is what we use to make the actual treat bag. And just cut that off to get this here. I just need one more. I'm going to just throw a snippet here to the side here. You just have to listen to my voice a second. So I do that. So I have the third one there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these out. I already wanted to do this a couple of weeks ago, and I changed my mind. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. I have choices. Well, so we have choices here. As you can see, you flip these over. This is red. I can use the green, and I have 2 yellows. Ooh, I think I'll use the 2 yellows. We'll see. Alright, so I have actually stamped, and then we'll do it again. We'll stamp the leaves. I'm just sort of doing a little layout because this is sort of what I wanted to do. And I'm actually going to put this is actually the tissue wrap in here, but it's heavier than normal. And I'm going to put it right behind those. And I've got a couple of ideas for labels here. So I'm going to start off, I thought this time I would sit there and sponge the stamps this time instead of doing it with a stamp pad. We'll see how we like it, but you know, we still have the opportunity to sit up there and do this. This is actual, I don't have a small version of this one, cinnamon cider. I'm going to actually sponge it. We'll see how we like it. And I wanted to use the big leaves because last time I think I used the little leaves. I'm not sure. I wouldn't quote me. But you can see I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm just going to dab the leaves. And I'm going to stamp one too so you can just see what the difference is. I sort of like, the reason why I sort of like the sponging here is because leaves right now are turning and they really don't sit there and just seem to be necessarily one color. Maybe, especially when you're right next to them. From a distance, it might look like one color, but they're usually not. This is from the kits, from a previous kit. This is Bumblebee is the color. And there's another color too, but this is from a previous kit. So I'm just using stuff from Paper Pumpkin here. Some of my little ink spots I end up giving away. So that's why I end up without them. Now, so what I have to be careful of as I do this is that I have to look at the colors here because I'm going to need a dark leaf here, a light leaf here, and a dark leaf here. And it could be a lighter leaf, but for sure on that green I'm going to have a lighter color leaf. So if you're out there and all, please say hello so I know you're out there. And on Sunday we give away door prizes. We give away 3 or 4. I don't remember offhand. I think it's 4 though. 4 dark. It's 3 or 4, but I know for sure 3. I don't remember if it's 4 or not, but for sure I know it's 3. For sure. And this here is Poppy Parade, is this color. Again, this is a color back from a previous paper pumpkin kit. And I'm going to stamp a vein, so leaves aren't going to finish looking like this, but I just left this one open here so I could show you that if I turn around and used the ink instead and stamped, what it would look like so you could see the difference. Which one was I going to? I'm going to use the yellow one that's on here. Let me just use this. Let me get that leaf out there so I can show you what I'm talking about. So this is just all from the kit. I'm just going to carefully peel this off. And I have an extra block. That's because I sit there and have more than one kit. I'm going to do this one. I did say I was going to do this one, didn't I? I'm going to do this one. Alright, this is the cinnamon cider color. Alright, now when I stamp this on, and we might change I might change my mind. Alright, I don't see another one of those maple leaves. Just a second. Let me grab another maple leaf here before my ink dries. See, it was green on one side, but I'm flipping it over. Alright, I'm just going to stamp right on that. Just sort of line it up. That's all I do. Ooh, so you can see the difference in color. See how that was, this was where I did it, and I just, oops, sorry. I brushed this with a sponge, and this is what happened when I did that, when I put stamp there. I could have done that maybe on a second Stampin' Lifer. So you can see the difference in look. So for me right now, I feel like the leaves outside are sort of looking like this. They're thinking about changing colors, and they aren't changing colors yet. And don't do like Nana did today. I don't see where I have my cleaning my stamps real handy. So you're supposed to always have that handy. But looky here, see how that's going to look? You'll really pop right there. And that's what we're looking for, is we really want to be able to see them. Now see, this really looks too light, so I might have to go darker. That's not what I planned on doing, but I may have to go darker. My other one, again, see how light that is? I wasn't thinking along that. I thought it was just going to automatically pop out. I can go back and ink some more to make it darker, so I'm going to do that. Let me do that, because it's not as dark as I need it to be. I really need it to be dark enough so you can see it on the card. If you can't see it, you see how pretty it is, then what's the point, right? What is the point? So all I'm going to do is take my stamp again. I'm just going to come back over and ink it some more. And, you know, that's the thing with a sponge. I can come over here and I can ink it as much as I want. And I can rinse my sponge out just like I would wipe off and clean off my stamps. That way it's ready to use next time and I don't have to worry about. Alright, let's see if that's dark enough now. Because I am going to stamp a vein on it, so it is going to have a leaf vein. Okay, that's dark enough. Alright, this one right here is not dark enough. It's not, I didn't want to put that one there. We're going to put it on the yellow. So let me darken that one up. So that's the only thing. The nice thing is with a sponge you can. And you can do we've done it with the ink pads too. You can sit there and, you know, stamp off. So we stamp once, stamp twice, and get a different lighter color. As we see, there are samples right here. I did everything stamped once and signed it off so you can see the colors. So I just want you to do something different and show you today how you can just take a sponge if you wanted to and get a little bit different look by using the sponge. There you go. Alright, so we're still going to put stamp a vein on there, but see how much better that is if I do it on there, so it's really, you can really see it a lot better. See, this one I'm fine with, because you're going to be able to see that, and that's the point. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and get those veins stamped on those leaves, get our stamping, all of our stamping done and out of the way. Let me get the vein here. Let's see, it's nice choices. You got the veins for both leaves in the kit. I'm just going to get this vein off. Alright. And actually, I'm going to put it down here at the bottom on the other side of my stamp, just because I have only 2 blocks here. And I'm going to do this in Early Espresso, which is like a dark chocolate brown. Hold on just a second here. Let's see. We're going to put that vein in there. Good morning, Jennifer. Let's see. We're going to put that vein in there. Let's see. Good morning, Jennifer. Alright, so now I've accidentally got somehow. Let's see here. Now let's just. Alright, Aunt Jennifer's really going to get me. And rightfully so. Alright, I'm messing up her technology setup. Alright. Check support's going to get me. Okay, let's go. It's Friday. It's the weekend. That's right. Time to enjoy, relax, enjoy. Beautiful weather. Tomorrow I'm going to be getting ready for a Sunday with Zoe, but I'm also going to finish putting out some of my pumpkins and everything out in my yard. I like to put pumpkins out this time of the year because for me it's a twofer. You know, you get them for the Halloween decorations and all, go with that. And then it also goes very well with Thanksgiving and harvest time. So after Halloween, I just go get all the Halloween stuff up. On my Mickey Mouse decorations that are geared toward Halloween, pick them up and just make sure I have harvest stuff out. And that's how I do it. So for me, it is a twofer. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to first put this down because we're ready to start putting this down. We will have to stamp whatever we want on our label because I got some choices for labels here. But I'm going to go ahead and get this down. And I'm just going to put this down here. All I'm going to do is use a glue dot. That's all I need. I don't need anything else but a glue dot because I'm going to actually put the other stuff over the top of it. And that'll hold it down too. So I'm just going to get a glue dot here. See if I can feel it and see it. I can definitely feel it. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do. This is, like I said, this is just the paper from the kit. And, it's, you know, when you get the kit, it's beautifully wrapped. It comes beautifully, beautifully wrapped. And I'm just going to center this more or less. It doesn't have to be centered. I may do it off centered. I'm going to make it centered on here. I can put the other stuff off centered. But this, you know, your stuff always comes beautifully wrapped. But this time it was just a little bit thicker than the... Lots of times it's tissue paper like you get a gift. So that's what the whole thing about Paper Pumpkin is. It's like getting a birthday gift or something every month. It's a surprise. So that's how the tissue normally is. This time though, it was a little bit thicker. So you could do a little bit more with it. It doesn't tear real easy. It'll tear, but it won't tear real easy. Alright, I'm just going to pop this up with dimensionals. As I knock down my block over there. Alright, so I have choices. So I'm going to put my leaves on here. That's going to go the dark one. So I have choices. See, I could either put it like this, or I could turn it like this. And it just makes a difference in the fact that this has got a flatter edge up here. This had like a pointy edge. If you notice that there. So but I'm going to turn mine and do it like this. That's just what I feel like today. That's the only reason. I might go back later and decide, you know what, I might want to do it differently. I don't have to limit myself to one card and come back later and make another card. So you know what, I do need, for me, I need mine to see basically visually how this is going to look before I just like put this down. I'm going to put this right here then. Just depends on how you like to build things. Sometimes I do it just like this. Most probably the better and easier thing would have been if I had just put the centerpiece in first, but you still sort of have to ballpark, you know, so if you're trying to evenly do it, that you know where that evenly doing it mark is. It just doesn't, see, I'm just doing the same thing I did up here. I'm just trying to line them up so it looks like it's a nice neat row. That's the look and effect I want. If I didn't want the look and effect, I didn't have to do it that way. Then we'll turn around and we'll sit there and put the leaves on here. But the nice thing is about this is when you do it like this and put it to the side like this, whether it's ribbon or what I've done with the actual tissue here to make ribbon or a ribbon look, I do it also because it's got the whole harvest colors too. Is okay, that one I didn't do, but the other ones I was trying to do is if you sit there and just run them on the side so that when you come down here, this is gonna help hold your ribbon or paper, like this case here, down. I think I got some ink there. But it holds it down, so it's not going to come up. Even if it was loose or wherever, this is still going to hold it down. So then all we have to do is trim. Alright, so it's just now a choice of where do we want to put. We know that one's going there because it's the lightest. And we can rearrange these any way we want. You know, because for me, this reminds me of leaves falling from the tree. You know, so they can be like all over the place. So I don't want these all exactly the same. And you know what? I'll just do this little off, sort of hard. I just want to do a little off-centered maybe, like that. Alright? And again, I'll just put it on some dimensionals because I can. And just gives it that nice depth. And I just center it. So I just want a nice, pretty card that I can send to someone for Thanksgiving. So there's two things. I mean, there's a couple of different ways you could do it. I mean, there's a stamp that says thank you. You know, it is definitely a time to thank people and the ones you love, and they're such a blessing in our lives. You can also do the one that says you're such a blessing. And the other ones, I think, are a little bit more. I don't want to really like do it straight up. I just sort of do it like that. Okay. So now we just need to do our tag. So we have choices here, and I don't know if you're on there if you have a recommended choices, but I gave this one or this one. Are the ones I brought along that I punched out that I thought it would go really good with everything. And then what I wanted to do here is I really wanted to sort of get this orange in here because all the whole Thanksgiving thing. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this in half, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I'll have to borrow somebody else's scissors here. Okay, that's okay. Borrowing somebody else's scissors is okay because guess what? They borrow mine. Whoop, whoop. Sharing is caring. Alright, so actually if I do this here, see how I can spread this out just like this here. And then what I'll do is when I go to put this label on here, it'll look like it's just going to give it enough color in the background, like this here, that it's going to look like I've got 3 layers. And I do have 3 layers. I can do this or the yellow, but I really like the chocolate brown. I'm going to stamp in chocolate brown. I could have done 2 of these and done the same thing. We'll see what see what we think here. Let me just do that right now so see what we think. I could do this here and spread it out, and it's going to give me this look right here in the center. Now I'll just lay that on there. See if I can hold it still. Let's see if I have a handy post-it note. Let's see if I have a pen one right handy. But I just want to sort of give you the effect of what it would look like. You know, it's not going to be put down yet, so that's not what I'm actually finally doing. Might just have to do 1/2 right now. So if I did this like this here, I could do it like that and do the top and the bottom. That's how it's going to look like, and I'm going to butt it up right in the center so it looks just like that. Okay? Or, and everything depends on what you like the looks of. I mean, the other would be is I just take a full one and a half one combined, so it gives almost that whole look there. And fill in most of the gap, and I'd have to work with it just a little like that. And then I could put it like that, and you'd see it all the way around. But I don't have to have that. I'm fine with the other. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the tape here. And I'm just going to run this here. And I'm going to, after I do my silicone mat. Yes. Nana's got her hat on today. I am like, feels like I'm running a marathon. I'm not really running a marathon, but it feels like it because I've got things going on. The love of my life is coming home, and we're going on a date. And there's just a lot of things, just things. Including things I already have going on, cooking for people tomorrow night, fixing some jambalaya. Alright, now see, I'm going to put this right here in the center. Now I'm going to put it on dimensionals after I stamp it. And I have this already lined up. Thank you, but you know what? Now that I did that, I have the right to change my mind. We always have the right to change our mind. I think I'm going to go ahead and put "You're a blessing." You know what? Because people are a blessing, and we have to remind them that they're a blessing. You know? I like to tell my kiddos, even though they're adults, that I love them and remind them that I love them and that I will always love them. Even when I do the 90-year-old shuffle or the 120-year-old shuffle, I'll still love them. And I like letting them know that and reminding them that. It's always good to remind people that you love them. You can never give enough hugs or tell people enough that you love them, especially the people that you love. Whatever it seems like sometimes we forget to tell them. They may know it, but it's always good to hear the words. I am here to tell you, I like to hear the words. It's just nice sometimes to be reminded. And I'm actually going to do this to the right, because I'm actually going to put a little bling there on the left of that, because I can. I'm glad nobody's here to lecture me about that I didn't clean my stamps off, because I didn't bring didn't bring anything up here to do it with. Alright, so see, I'm just going to put that right up there with some dimensionals, and I'm actually going to use the smaller dimensionals because I don't need a lot of height to this. I just want some subtle height. And that's going to work just perfect. Then all I just have to do is trim and decide what sentiment that I would like to put on there later on the inside. We are doing good on time. Yep. Alright, we're just going to put this right here. And see how I'm just going to center it. I'm just going to center it right across there. You really can't see that I really cut that, but you see how nice that gives it? Gives it a nice 3-layer look there. And all I did was cut one of those in half and to get that color. So I got all my fall colors I wanted in here. So I am, let's see if I'm going to do this. Really, the bigger challenge is I'm most probably going to put this right down here where it looks like I had ink on my hand. And I sat there and touched the paper. Got ink on my hand. So I'm actually going to just sit up here and I'm just going to put some tape on here. Originally I was going to put dimensionals, but I already got the other dimensionals and I should have done this first. But that's okay. I'll still get it to work. I will still get it to work. You know, the other side's not coming off. And if it did, that'd be a problem because this has got to be mailed to somebody. And the last thing that's supposed to happen is to get it. Alright, so just put it down right there. Okay? And then all I'm going to do, and see how nice it looks? It doesn't matter. I could have easily put it up there. I could have put it in the center. It doesn't matter. The only thing else that I want to do with this is I want to put some bling on here. And I'm looking for my bling because I have bling. I saw it more than once. Me and my bling. Alright, well I might have to get the bling if I can't find my bling? That's just most wretched. I had my, oh, here it is. It's upside down. I was going to say, please. Just had it. Alright. Zoe told me she didn't need a special tool, that she would just takes it off like that and put it on with her fingers. So we will see how well Nana does that. Put one there. I'm actually going to put 3 on here because you know what? That Papa Bear came home the other day and I had put 1 something just like on the card. He goes, you know what? I really like that. I'm thinking, seriously? Made the whole card and then you like the bling that I put way up at the top. It's like, okay. Everybody's inspired by something differently. So that's fine. He is going to get his 1 bling right at the top. Up here in the middle of the card. Because I can. Because I can. Alright. So there we go. We have alternative card number 4. So that ends for this week. We'll go back up. So that is it. Alternative 4 finishes up our September paper pumpkin kit. And like I said, it's Sunday. Zoe and Nan will be live at 4 p.m. starting with the October paper pumpkin kit, and you'll get to see all the beautiful stuff in the kit. If you think the box is pretty, the cards and material inside are just as pretty, and even more so because it's gold foiled paper, which is always awesome. I love gold foiled paper. So with that, have an adventurous, blessed week. Go create something. Go do something with a friend or family member and just have fun and enjoy the day. And we look forward to seeing you on Sunday. If you like this, and please share this with your friends and share it on Facebook, YouTube. We are on Instagram as well too. I don't know if I'm missing anything. But anyway, just please